There we go. 80s and 90s toys. I don't know why. This was just something we were talking about, and it was like really interesting to me. And I figured I want to go through some of it with you guys. Let me get this. I had a list of stuff that we were talking about. So yeah, basically, the conversation kind of started with talking about the Burger King and McDonald's toys, and how, like, I remembered a few like actual like really good ones that I had, like, you know, pretty much most of my childhood. I had like one of which, let me pull this up. I'm gonna pull this up. Let's see. Mario Brothers 3 Happy Meal? Let's see. Yes, here we go. This guy right here. All right. Learn more. Save and close. I try to never hit the accept all. All right, let's see. Can we like blow this up? There we go. Yeah, look at that. So check it out, dude. So I remember this one. This is the one that actually like really sparked the conversation. I don't know if you guys. So I grew up in the U.S. We had McDonald's Happy Meal toys. They were pretty good when I was a kid. Collect all four, but no Peach. No, it was you had Mario. So this was like a toy style. There was like, there was like a lot of toy styles. When I was a kid, like these archetype toys. One of the archetype toys obviously was like this, like if you look at Luigi. Yeah, Luigi of course was my favorite. I'm a huge Luigi fan, even before it became a, you know, Luigi became synonymous with like current events. I always loved Luigi. I have one right here, actually. I have Luigi right here. Always. Always, always. But yeah, so it was Luigi zooms around. It's like you pull it back, and it's like got like a crank. And it's like click, 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 click. And then you let it go, and it just like zooms. Like that was like an archetype toy. There was like millions of those toys. The other one that there was millions of is Mario. He has the suction cup. You push it down, and there's a spring underneath, and you just sit there and stare at it until the suction gives up and the spring bounces and he flies away. So I had that also. I'm pretty sure I did not have the Koopa Troopa or the Goomba. I think the Koopa Troopa, this is probably filled with air. Can you see the mouse? Yeah, okay. So when I'm pointing at stuff, you can see what I'm pointing at. I think this was full of air, and like, yeah, you like squeeze it, and that's what makes him hop around. And then the Goomba, it looks like you just kind of click this down and forward, and he snaps back up and does like a flip like that. That's what I'm thinking of. But yeah, there was no Peach, no Toad. Other than this this little activity thing. Luigi is on the run from a tribe of Koopa paratroopers. Look closely at these bad guys to find the 3 matching pairs. All right. So yeah, you would sit there, and this was basically just to keep kids quiet in a restaurant, you know? So you just give them this, and they would look at this stuff and try to figure out this. This one, this clearly says Ho, if you just connect the dots, right? H-O-E, right? Ho. Pretty sure that's what this is supposed to be. And then, yeah, there would be like a maze here. They would give you this like and a bunch of crayons, and the kids would just sit there and mess around with that. The other thing I wanted to pull up, this was another thing I remember. I think it was Burger King. Whole. Yeah, here we go. Pokemon watches. I think this is it. Yeah, sure. Images. Yeah, like these really cheap watches that they used to give you at Burger King. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's nice. Look at that. So yeah, they would just be basically. It would just be like a picture of something, right? In this case, Pokemon, and then it would have like just a little digital clock, and that would be it. I want to say I had that Golbat or Zubat. I think I had the Zubat one. And then there was another line of Burger King watches. I forgot what it was though. I think it was something Nickelodeon or something. And I think there was Batman one also. But yeah, those were like super they were pretty hard to get actually. They were like you would go to Burger King and they would like be sold out usually. I'm trying to look at, is this the right one? It says Pokemon World on it. Pokemon World is something different. Let me double check. I want to see Burger King. Yeah, that's right. Why did it say Pokemon World? What was Pokemon World about it? Complete set of 6 new for $97 US. That's I mean, if you're a collector, go right to this guy here. So yeah, I wonder why it said Pokemon World. Was that like a different franchise from Pokemon? Because Pokemon World, I want to say, is what they now call the store in like New York and stuff like that. And I think there's one in Paris and then there's one in Tokyo. Is this music loud? I want to chill out. It's getting a little loud. But yeah, so this is yeah, so these are the watches I'm thinking of. They just say Nintendo World. I don't know what it was, but I'm pretty sure I had the Zubat one. And they were really crappy too. Like the color would go away really fast. It was not the best. But yeah, I can't think of any other Nintendo fast food crossover than those two. Those were the two big ones that I remember. I had the Luigi thing. I had this thing. Man, I got this whatever year this was. I want to say it was like 1991. I think the copyright is down here, but it's really small. It says it might be 90. It might say 90 there, 1990. But yeah, it was like I had this like from that age until like it was 90. Yeah, I had the Luigi one, the Mario one, because it had the spring and the suction cup, and that was rubber, and springs weren't always the best, so that kind of that didn't survive. I don't recall that surviving. I think at some point the bottom part broke off, and I just basically had Mario sitting on a suction cup, and I would sit him down, stuff like that. You had Luigi and the Goomba, nice. Yeah, I had Luigi, and I had him for a very long time, until we moved to South Carolina. I remember, so that would be like 1998. It might have been summer of 1998 when we moved to South Carolina. And yeah, so basically I sold like all of my toys. And that included these guys. They were just, it's like a yard sale. It's just, they were just thrown in a box. And, my mom was like, yeah, take whatever you want for $5 or whatever. And that's it. They were gone. But yeah, that's my memories of the Happy Meal and the Nintendo and Burger King stuff uh, Nintendo, McDonald's, Burger King, all that. Can't really remember anything else from that time. It was kind of a weird time where like Mario toys weren't very easy to come by. I remember like I was with my kids, and sometimes I like to take them to the toy store, get them something little, and see like what kind of stuff they're interested in, so I get ideas for like gifts and things like that. So like I just let them say, oh, we just walk through the aisles. I'm like, well, look at that, Lego. Do you like Lego? Is that cool? Just kind of just see what they're into, And I couldn't help but notice, man, there was just so much Mario stuff. Like Mario definitely became like this household name. When I was a kid, it was not like that. You would go to the toy store, and there would be video games for Nintendo, and then in the toy section there would be nothing. Like I would love to just have a Mario and Luigi toy that I could just jump around and have like Goombas and stuff like that, and just like play Mario, just play toys Mario, But I didn't have that. But they do exist now. They even exist. There's ones from the movie that just came out. Actually, that just made me think of something. That just unlocked a memory. I think there used to be. Hold on. I think there were toys from that movie. Am I wrong? Yep. Yeah, there was. There we go. Yeah, like, so you could buy Super Mario Brothers movie toys. Let's see. Do they have any other? Yeah, Iggy and Spike, and they did have that stuff, huh? 1993. Yo! You get a John Leguizamo Luigi. Dude. I'm in. Look at that. Oh my god. He just looks like a typical guy. Yeah, dude. That just unlocked a memory. I remember. Use this as a Tinder profile. It's like, yeah. That's beautiful, man. But let me see. That's nice. Yeah, I forgot all about this. But yeah, the movie. This was a thwomp. These shoes were thwomps. Yeah, man. All right, cool. So yeah, there were Mario toys, but they were the movie. Yeah, oh, you could get I always forget the actor's name. Dan Hopkins? I always forget his name because Mr. Belding is Dennis Haskins, and he's Bob Hoskins. Okay, Bob Hoskins. There you go. Thank you. This is a great picture right here. Dude, I forgot all about this, but I just like it made me think of it because I was talking about the movie. But that being said, though, now that I got that out of my system, the new ones are friggin' awesome, dude. Like, look at this. Like, imagine like having these toys, dude. I wish I had these when I was a kid. And I imagine there's only going to be more and more as time goes on. Like, look at Luigi, man. Bowser, of course. I was going to say I didn't see any Bowsers. Toad, Peach. I like that they gave her a little bit more unique of a face. In the movie, I noticed they gave her a little they kind of added a little bit more details to her face. Cuz she was looking like in the game, she kind of what's the word? She has kind of like a weird... Yo, what's up, 514? How you doing, man? We are talking about 80s and 90s toys, video game related a little bit, but I also had a couple of things listed that I wanted to share with you guys to see if anybody remembers these but me. But yeah, it's pretty cool. They look way better than the toys I had when I was a kid. My choice was the Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo toy, or the or McDonald's toys. I didn't go to the store and find this. Look, you could get him in a cart. Like, I love it. Peach on a motorcycle, Toad in a monster truck, the Koopa Troopers. Yeah, that is pretty cool. What I did have when I was a kid, so let's bring it back in here. So yeah, here's the weird stuff, and here's what I was talking about earlier. 514, the Happy Meal Mario stuff. What I did have though, and this was Mario Brothers chocolate bars and gum. Oh, no, I don't remember that. You know what we do? We have these in Europe, and I don't think they have them in the U.S. They have Super Mario Brothers trading cards. I bought a box of them. I don't have them up here. I should have brought them. I didn't think to have them for this conversation, but maybe I'll take some pictures and put them up or something. But yeah, they have them here. They're like $40 for a box, and you get like all these booster packs. And they're not. It's not a game. Like, it's not a trading card game, but there's like a whole bunch. You could get like a golden Mario and stuff like that. I don't remember the chocolate bars or the gum. I remember the cereal. There was Super Mario Brothers cereal. I gotta search the 90s because they did it again in the 80s, in the 2000s or whatever. But yeah, here we go. Basically this stuff. Oh, I don't want to watch somebody's video. Yeah, they redid it here. I bought a couple of boxes of these. It's funny. It comes with an amiibo, right? And I took the amiibo and I was like really excited to scan it. I used to have a clip. It was on my old Lucky Number 13 channel, and I scanned the amiibo and it gave me 4 coins. That was it. Got 4 coins. But yeah, this is the original one though. It was a fruity and berry. How do we get this big? Yeah, it was like, oh my god, it's like disgusting, dude. Like this food, honestly. How did the cereal taste? The new one? I've had both. I had this when it was new, and I had the new one when it came out during Mario Odyssey. This was good. It came in two bags, I believe. Let me see if I can get a picture of like an actual Super Mario Brothers cereal. Like, I don't see any. Yeah, here you go. So it would come like this, right? It would come in these bags that were like kind of split in the middle. You had the Zelda and the Mario, and I mean, I think they tasted the same. They were basically like Trix. If you ever had Trix cereal, I remember it just being that. They were just like puffed corn and sugar. That's all. Food. But yeah. Well, the one thing, this is another thing that I think my mom still has this. The Ninja Turtle cereal bowls. I don't know if you remember this, but the Ninja Turtles had a cereal. What is this? This is a collector's. Oh, it's a collector's page, so it has all this stuff. But yeah, like this was pretty crazy. This was when I was a kid. I remember going to the grocery store. It was called ShopRite, and dude, I wanted Donatello. Donatello is always my favorite turtle. I love purple, and I love in every story with like a team. I always liked the brainy guy. I always liked the scientist, the smart guy. So for turtles, I like Donatello. He loves machines, right? Ghostbusters, I loved Egon. And to an extent, Ray also, because Ray, he was like not a genius like Egon, but he was the one that was like knowledgeable, kind of. It's weird. Like he was like really into it. He was like the inquisitive one. So yeah, that was pretty cool. But I remember I went to the store to get my Ninja Turtle bowl. They only had Donatello left, and I remember when I got there, there was a guy in the aisle, and I ran into the aisle, and the guy looked so like he had that look on his face like he was about to tell me like bad news, and he's like, "We only got Donatello, we only got the purple one." And I remember like my mom was just like, she had a look on her face like, how's he gonna react to they only had the purple one? And I was just like, yes. I grabbed it and that was it. And I think she still has that bowl to this day. I'm pretty sure she does. I'm pretty sure she does. Because I distinctly remember when we visited her house, my kids ate from the bowl. Like she made the milk and cereal and threw it in the bowl. But yeah, here's all of them. Here's Donnie. There you go. That's not my Donnie, but that is Donnie. There's some, I guess some collectors have all of them. They look exactly the same, just the color, I guess. It's literally it. But yeah, so that was man, Tales from the Cereal. Tales from the Cereal aisle. Trying to think if there was any other really cool cereal promotions. There was a Batman one. That was pretty cool, but yeah, this one, the original one, again, it was like Trix. This one was like Lucky Charms. It had the marshmallows, and then it had these like popped corn things. So speaking of Ghostbusters and TMNT, let me show you the toys that I did have. Oh, you actually just... All right, you just mentioned that one. That's not the first one I was going to talk about, but... Technodrome toy 1990. I remember... Man, look at this. Yep, I mean, I had this. For sure. Look at that. Full-size image. Look at this. Real nice. You didn't have to take a picture with a camera from 1990. But yeah, I had this as well. Did Sonic have cereal? If he did, I never searched for it. I could definitely Google that though. Let me see. Sonic the Hedgehog cereal? Oh yeah, he does. Rings, of course. He has rings. That makes sense. Rings with Chaos Emerald marshmallows. It came out for Sonic 2. So he didn't have one, or maybe he did. Look at this. What? Wow. He did have back in the day. I just never searched this out. Who is this? Is this I opened a delicious box of retro gaming. All right, these people that like eat it on camera for the likes and subscribes. That's just sad, dude. Don't do that. Don't eat 30 and 40-year-old food for likes and scribes, okay? But yeah, I had this this toy. Man, I just have this vivid memory. I got this for my birthday. I believe it was for my birthday. Steve MR, yeah, the MREs and stuff, guys. That's embarrassing. Don't do that shit. Seriously, don't. It's like poison. Who's that one guy that he ate like he eats stuff and he's like he ends up in the hospital. Like I want to say it's like something like LA Beast or something like that, or it's not Mr. Beast. But it's another guy with Beast in his name. I think it's LA Beast. He eats this food and drinks these drinks. Like he'll go and find like an original can of like Crystal Pepsi or something, like something that hasn't been around forever, and he'll drink it. Yeah, and like it's like his video is like 20 minutes long. 10 minutes, no, 5 minutes of him talking about it, 5 minutes of him consuming it, and then 10 minutes of him like vomiting, and then like, you know, you find out he went to the hospital. Yeah, I don't like watching people like barfing on camera, so pass. But yeah, the Technodrome, I got it for my birthday, and I just remember my mom always got stuck with these really elaborate toys that I would buy, putting the stickers on them. She hated that. I remember she would just be sitting there like with these big booklets of stickers and like this picture, and she would have to put the stickers in the right spot, and she would just be like, oh my god, this sucks. But yeah, she did it, and yeah, the Technodrome was one of my favorites. The other one was Turtle Blimp toy. Let's see. Is this the right one? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. This is it, and it was a balloon. Yep, and I remember the Stinko bomb, and it came with like different like bombs that they dropped. Yep, blows up to 30 inches long. Yep, this is it. I had this. Yeah, it blew up like a balloon, and the toys fit on it. Each figure sold separately. That's important. Yeah, that was dope. The Turtle Blimp. Those were the two big toys I had for Ninja Turtles: the Technodrome and the Blimp. And then, yeah. So that's the other one was the Ghostbusters was the other one, right? So Ghostbusters. The Ghostbusters house toy. I had the firehouse, man. I had this. It had the 3 floors with the grate that goes through it. It came with the containment unit too. Let me see. Please. Can you just like blow up the picture? Like, does it need to be like stupid? I just want to click the magnifying glass and like see it. What the hell? But yeah, I mean, this is yeah, it came with the slime. And yeah, you're supposed to put it through the top, and it like gloops through. Yeah, you can see it kind of happening in this picture here. Remember Gak? Yeah, Gak was Nickelodeon brand. That was like the official slime. Gak slime. Yeah, it came in this like Gak splat. There's a glow in the dark Gak. There was like glitter Gak. Yeah, man, that was Nickelodeon's official slime. Like now, like my kids love slime. Slime is like a toy that just like managed to advance through the ages. Like my kids play with slime. I mean, my mom told me when she was a kid they had like Silly Putty, which was the same thing. You know, it was like slime. The funny thing about Silly Putty is they found the way it was invented was it was invented to clean wallpaper. Like you're supposed to be able to press it on wallpaper and then pull it off, and then it cleans all within like the grooves of like the wallpaper, like really easy. Then when you take it out, it's like really easy to clean it. You just like kind of like ball it back up and then do it again and keep doing it, and it just eats all the grime. But they found the kids were playing with it, you know, and they were using it and playing with it like slime. They were, you know, and then that was it. History was made. They started selling slime. Yo-yo ball. I had a yo-yo ball. That was the yo-yo that automatically came back up, right? Yeah, it was like, yeah, I remember these. I had one of these too. It spun within the ball and it would automatically come back up. It was like a yo-yo that like you didn't need to know how to yo-yo. It just always came back up. Yeah, man. Yeah, the Ghostbuster house with the slime. I had the Ecto one. Ghostbusters is still to this day my favorite movie of all time. I played with these toys. I played with the video game. One of my favorite video games is Luigi's Mansion, which in my opinion is like if Mario... Oh, actually funny. Look. There we go. Speaking of Ghostbusters, I'm wearing a Ghostbuster shirt. I forgot all about it. And this isn't my only Ghostbuster shirt. I have more too. Yeah, I mean, I love Ghostbusters. I love the toys. I never did the Lego. I see there's a Lego Firehouse, but I think it costs like $400 or something. Not into it. But yeah, I love the Ghostbusters house, all that stuff. Had the Ninja Turtle stuff. I had a whole bunch of different ghosts and everything like that. Which now I want to just really quick. I just wanted to see if you guys know this. That this is I believe it's an obscure thing that I'm sure I'm not the only person that did it, that had it, but none of my friends had this. I had this, and I was super into it. Like I said, I always loved ghosts. I love supernatural stuff, and I've always been into that. The Ghostbusters, you know, and everything. There was a series of toys called the Supernaturals. Did any of you guys play with the Supernaturals? Let me go to eBay, see what we got. Yep, these guys. They were toys, and they were like ghosts trapped in toys. Like, it was like, you know, there would be a hologram, each one of these guys. So this one is a mummy. You see that? See that? It's like, yeah, there would be ghosts inside the toys, and that was the toy, and they were called the Supernaturals, right? It says release their hologram powers, you know, and they were like, what's this one? This one, I can't even tell what this one is. But yeah, I was like really into these. Oh man, they were so like weird and scary. But I mean, it was more than just these little ghosts. There was also oh, they were made by Tonka Toys. That's another thing I forgot. They were made by Tonka Toys, which, you know, that's a pretty big company. But yeah, I had this guy. He was like he had a vest. You could see it in here. This one doesn't come with it, but this is a good shot of what he looks like without it, right? So it's like he looked like that. But yeah, he had a vest that you could put on him, like that. And then yeah, he would just look like that. I also had like there's oh yeah, the snake guy. There's a snake. Oh man, does this fade over time? But yeah, he came with a shield that had a ghost in it. And like yeah, I mean this stuff was like so cool. Like I was like super into it. Battle Trolls, I have never heard of that. Battle Trolls, let me see. But Mighty Max, I had a lot of that. Whoa, no, I don't remember these. These are pretty cool. They're like the regular trolls. They're like the trolls with the hair. I remember the trolls. I don't remember anything like this though. This is interesting. The Battle Trolls. Yeah, dude, I don't remember this at all. But I remember Mighty Max. And there was a cartoon for Mighty Max. Yeah, they had the folded. They were like pocket things. They folded up. Let's see. Oh, Marktplaats. That's a local Dutch trading website. See, that means this guy is local. But yeah, it was like a play set, right? Yeah, and it would have the stuff inside. Mighty Max, I forget. Well, there was for girls they had Polly Pocket also, which was like basically the same thing. But they would be like all like girly stuff. But did these get recalled because they were choking hazards, or am I like Mandela affecting myself? I feel like the Mighty Max stuff might have been recalled. I'm trying to see if I could get a good shot of like one of these guys. Yeah, the Supernaturals, dude. They were so cool. I'm trying to find. There was also a play set. I had the Eagle Eye was his name. Yep. The Black Knight. Bernhardt. Wow, I forgot his name, but when I read it, it just like came right back to me. There's like a castle, and it had like a coffin that flipped, so like they would be there, and then you put them down and they disappear. I'm trying to see if I can find it in this. I don't want to spend too much time searching for something. There it is. Yes. Oh my God. Yep. So this was the Supernaturals Tomb of Doom. That's right. And like, yeah, you put so it had like this, like these cellar doors here. You would put two of those ghosts up here. And then like, oh man, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, it had a key and it would flip this around. And they would fall into the thing, so they would basically disappear into here. They would go into the coffin, and then yeah, they would be trapped. And the hologram would be here, and they'd be trapped. Isn't that cool? Yeah, you know, my wife was really into the Mad Max cartoon, and we were actually just talking about it too. Yeah, see that this thing has a light in it, so it shines down to make the hologram more obvious. I didn't know about the car though, the Ghost Finder. I didn't know about this. Never had this. It's like in box. I can't even see a picture of it. This it? Yeah, Ghost Finder. Wow, I never had this one. But yeah, that was the Supernatural. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. It was just something I was into. I don't know how my mom knew I was into ghosts and stuff. I mean, I did talk about like Ghostbusters a lot. Dude, I feel like it's like super bright with that up. I love Ghostbusters, so she probably just got me stuff that reminded her of Ghostbusters, and that's how we ended up with the Supernaturals. And then there's one other one that my cousin had and I had, but I don't know anybody outside of us two that had them. And they were called Battle Beasts. So let me see. That's not how you spell battle. Battle Beasts. Here they are. 2023 collection. They still make these? See, this is the ones I remember. So, Krusty Krab. No way. No way he was called the Krusty Krab. No way. I mean, he's a crab, and this is before SpongeBob. So maybe. But the cool thing about these is they had these heat sensitive crests on their belt. So like they were all part of a faction, and you would have to push your finger on their belt buckle, and it would show you which faction they were in. I had this spider one. I remember that. See, all the ones for sale here are missing the thing. It's Hasbro too. Okay, Hasbro. Let me see. Battle Beasts. Let me see if I can get a better page than that. This one doesn't seem to have old school toys. Punt NL. Let's see. Yeah, here's more of them. Horny Toad. For €25, this could be yours. Yeah, see how this is like black right here? If you hold your finger on it, it takes the heat from your finger, and they're all part of like a faction. I want to see one that actually has like the faction visible. Let me see. You know, that's something too, is I think over time, I think the let me try Battle Beasts on eBay. I think over time some of these things, they just don't work anymore. I had oh my god, I had these two guys, the Warthog and the Chimp. I definitely had these. Oh, Gorilla and Boar. I got both of them wrong. Is there anywhere that you could see? Yeah, you see how like on the picture here, they're like their chest is lighting up? Like they actually had that on their chest. You know, you'd press down on that, and it would you know, it would be a different faction. But yeah, man. That was, you know, that was kind of what we were talking about before. Like we started talking about the Happy Meal stuff, and then yeah, we just kind of drifted off into that world. I could probably get rid of that. There we go. And yeah, and then it just, my mind started wandering into the those toys, man. And I don't know, it just brought me back. It's funny because like my kids do still like toys. My oldest daughter is like 11, and she likes toys, but she doesn't play with them for very long. Like she likes them like in the box and everything, and when we get them, she'll like stand them up and everything, but she doesn't just like sit there and like play with toys like that anymore. She's getting a little bit older. She does more like arts and crafts and stuff. She likes to like create things and draw things, and which is fine. I support that, but like, yeah, I don't really recall too many of the different toys that she was into that stand out the way. I feel like it was my whole life. My whole life was like Ghostbuster toys, Ninja Turtle toys, the Supernaturals, Battle Beasts, that stuff, man. I think my oldest daughter got into LOLs, which were kind of like Barbies, but they all had like a little bit more modern personality. And stuff like that. Some of them had like record players and things like that that came with like these vinyl record discs, but they didn't like play. I don't think they were real. They were just, toys. Yeah, they're different. And it's a shame too, because some of this stuff, like digital stuff, is cool. Like I like the internet. I'm on the internet right now. It's cool, and it's definitely fun, but I don't like how it like replaces everything. Like you still need like real stuff. Like kids still need toys, right? Like I see like so much of like what my kids ask for now. It's like they want Robux, they want V-Bucks. They want an app on their tablets. They want a game from Steam. You know, stuff like that. And it's like, when I was a kid, I liked video games too. And I, you know, of course, ask Santa what you want for Christmas. And like, you know, there's like 10 video games and then a couple of toys on it. You know. But like now it's like, you know, you ask the kids what they want, and it's just like, yeah, they just want like, yeah, digital stuff. You know, my youngest, she still asks for toys. She got, what was this called thing? It was like a digital pet. It was like the equivalent of a Tamagotchi, but it was like more modern. It was like a digital pet. What was it called? Bitsy. There we go. Bitsy. This is pretty cool. It's like let me see. Bring that back real quick. Let me see if I could Bitsy. Enter Toys. That's the local toy store by me. But yeah, it's like you pretty much just it has like these LEDs, and it like they just like move up and down really fast, and it looks like this is a hologram, and it's like animated and stuff, and it's like a hologram, and like you can touch it. Like if you tap it on the head, it like reacts, you know, and that line in front of it, it's like a swipe. And you could, let me see if the video shows you.
Altijd al een eigen huisdier willen hebben? Met deze toytopper, de interactieve Bitsy, heb je jouw nieuwe digitale huisdiervriendje altijd dichtbij.
You got that? Let me see. I'm trying to get it full screen.
Oh, wat? Oh, dan gaat hij ronddraaien.
There you go. See, they're not
Heel
showing
veel
it. They're just
liefde
showing
en
the
alle
kids
zorg
play.
dat je met jouw Bitsy
Here you go.
speelt, hoe meer verschillende huisdieren
And
je
the
verzamelt.
camera.
Speel
Hold on.
met ze.
Too many sounds going off at the same time. I just wanted you to see it. Yeah. So yeah, like you feed it. The camera that they're using to film it isn't really picking up the actual coolness of having one like in your hands. Because you know, it's not. You've had enough of Dutch? Nah, man, I can't have enough of Dutch. I've been consuming a lot of Dutch media and stuff like that because I'm having a hard time learning it by reading. And I need to take a class or something because when I just read it, the words on the page, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it wrong or you know, whatever. I'm just like reading it and then I go out and try to speak it and it's like, nah. But yeah, anyway, but yeah, that's, you know, that's what my youngest daughter, she wanted one of those. And a lot of stuffed, like, they like realistic stuffed cats. So it's like, you know, get stuff like that. And scooters. My youngest loves scooters. So she got a new scooter for Christmas. But yeah, I don't know. It's like, I try to not make my whole personality about like, oh, the stuff when I was a kid was cool and the stuff that the kids have now are lame. Like, I definitely don't want that to be my message, but like, I definitely, I do miss when like toys were like, when Christmas was like, you were sitting around the tree and you had like 10 things, you know, and it wasn't about like, you know, oh, look, Santa left you, you know, 50 euro in Steam coins, you know, or, you know, or like 1,000 Robux, you know, or, you know, stuff like that. I don't know. It's definitely, there's something, it's a different mood. Tamagotchi emulator. You know, that's not too bad of an idea, to be honest. I'm sure that there's probably like a DS game or something like that. or a Game Boy, right? Did they do that? That's a good thought. Let me see. DS? Yeah, there's a Tamagotchi DS game, it looks like. But, you know, it's not just a Tamagotchi. It looks like all sorts of stuff going on there. Yeah, emulating the toy handhelds. Well, you know, somebody emulated Tiger Electronics games. So, let me see. Tiger. Yeah, they used MAME, I believe. But yeah, what you got to do is you got to get a picture of the backdrop that used to be there, and then you'd have to, yeah, they would just emulate the. I mean, they would just be LCD screens, right? Like little LCD stuff. I know. What was another Tiger? Not Tiger. What was another LCD that got? Oh, Game & Watch, right? Game & Watch. People have emulated those, so. You were bullied at school for having a Tamagotchi? Really? That's wild, dude. I remember when I was in school, everybody had a Tamagotchi. I was bullied for not having them. I was like, people were just like, all my friends were like playing with them, and they pushed the reset button on you, dude. That's douchey. Aw, come on. Yeah, no. When I was a kid, my parents, first of all, they didn't really understand video games in general. At first they thought it was a fad. Then they thought it was toxic, you know, like it's poisoning my mind. I don't think they ever went to the point where they were like, oh, it's like Japanese people trying to corrupt American children or something like that. Some parents went there. My parents never got that bad, but they definitely thought it was like going to make me stupid, and that it was like, you know, bad for me, and it's the reason why I would fail subjects in school is because I play video games. And then it, you know, so video games didn't really get too much support, but it was like impossible for them not to get me games, because there was like a point where I didn't want anything else but video games, right? And but one of the things that they never did was they never got me portable games, because my parents insisted that I would either break them, lose them, or they would be stolen. And I mean, accidents happen. Maybe I might have dropped it and broke it if I had one. Who knows? Stolen, maybe. I mean, I did, you know, I grew up in like a city where everybody knew each other. So if like somebody stole something, like the parents would just call each other and be like, hey, your kid stole my kid's thing. Tell him to give it back. You know, it was like a city like that, you know? So it really, I don't know. I don't think there was ever like a danger with that. I think they were more thinking I wasn't going to be careful enough, which is absolute bullshit, because anybody that knows me knows that I take care of all my stuff. I take immaculate care of all of my things. If I have something and I like it, I take care of it. I'm like looking around me to see if there's something I could show you. But when I moved here, I did sell a lot of my stuff. And let me tell you something. I got top dollar for a lot of my stuff because the manuals were in there. You know, I had some boxes. You know, the games worked. I played them. The consoles worked, all of them. They had all the cables. They had the original box. I saved the box. You know, I took care of my stuff, and I would have taken care of, if I had a Game Boy and Pokemon, I definitely would have taken care of it. I have one now. That's what I have next to me. I have, Look at this. And it works, by the way. And guess what's in there? Can you tell? I think you could tell. Some Pokemon Blue. But yeah, man. So yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about with you guys, man. I'm glad you guys got into it too. Definitely. There's like eras of toys too, right? Like from my childhood. So like, I won't tell you exactly how old I am because I'm like it's shocking to me every time I say it. But you can do the math. I was born in '84, so there's like eras. Like so when I was like preschool to like maybe first, second grade, I just had whatever toys my mom bought me. You know, obviously once you go to school and you talk to other kids, you start learning like what they had, and you trade and you talk about each other, you visit each other's houses and see like, oh, you know, like kids would come over to my house, see my Supernaturals, see the Battle Beasts. They would go buy those. I would go to their house. They would have, you know, some of the Ghostbusters ghosts I didn't have or something like that, or a Nintendo game I didn't have. You know, and then like, yeah, and then like during that era, it was like, that's when I got introduced to video games, of course. So like, I don't know. I remember as a kid having a bunch of games that I don't know where they came from. Does anybody else have that? Like, does any of you guys like remember as a kid having like 2 or 3 NES games, and like you just don't remember buying them? You don't remember ever receiving them as a gift? You just had them? Like, that definitely happened to me. I had a bunch of games that I don't remember. I don't remember when I got Paperboy. I don't remember when I got what's another one? Super Mario Brothers 2. I don't ever remember buying that. I don't ever remember asking for it or getting it for Christmas. I didn't even know it existed. But one day I had it. And then also, I remember around that time, that was like around, I want to say 92 to like 95, 96, when, you know, NES was kind of old-ish. I remember just swapping games with people. So it's like, I had Jaws, you had Friday the 13th, let's swap them, you know? Oh, you have Mario 2, I played that a million times, and you have, you know, whatever, Final Fantasy, let's swap them, you know? So I had a bunch of games. I don't know where they came from. They have other people's names on them. I had remember my friend Colin, I had his there was 3 games he gave me, and I forgot which ones I gave him. But like the 3 I got were Mission Impossible, Dick Tracy, and I can't remember the third one. I want to say it was Spy Hunter. I think the third one was Spy Hunter. But yeah, man, it's like I don't know. I've just been really nostalgic lately, and then like this toys conversation came up, and I was like, let me bring it up on stream and see what everybody else thinks. I think at this point I've talked about the toys for longer than it took me to beat that Doom level. But that's not a problem. It's all good. But yeah, I mean, today it's cool though, because now you know, I have all these retro handhelds. I have like the Steam Deck, and I have the Anbernic, and you know, I play my my old NES, Super Nintendo, PlayStation, all that, you know, anytime I want to, and it's pretty cool. And the fact that I didn't have everything that I wanted as a kid makes it even better, because now there are actually games that I really always wanted, and now I'm like playing them for the first time. You know, like a lot of people say, you know, I wish I could play this game for the first time again. You know, I love this game so much. I wish I could just forget everything and just experience it the first time again. And I was able to do that with like Legend of Zelda. You know, I never played Legend of Zelda when I was a kid. So I played Legend of Zelda, Zelda 2, Link to the Past, and I'll tell you, like, those are good games. They're like, it's not nostalgia because I wasn't nostalgic for it. I went in and I played them. And they're just really good games. But yeah, and you know what? I'm going to be signing off soon, but the one thing I wanted to bring up before I signed off was while we're talking about games and toys and handhelds and stuff like that, I was curious if any of you guys saw any of the information about the Switch 2, because from what I see, it looks like there's a possibility that this month Nintendo might actually be giving us information about the new console. There was like a whole bunch of leaks in the past couple of weeks. You know, people sharing stuff online, and you know, you could take that with a grain of salt. You know, I don't believe anything until Nintendo says it themselves. But you know, Nintendo did say during the last, what was it? Which direct did they say? One of the Nintendo directs, they said, you know, the next direct is going to be the last direct that is exclusively for the Switch. Or they said something along those lines. They put it on, I think they said it on Twitter, and then they kind of re-emphasized it during the direct, that this is going to be the last direct that's going to focus on the Switch. And then the next one that they do is going to have all the new stuff. So, I mean, yeah, I'm hoping there's like some hardware and stuff. You know, I tried to play a joke on you guys the other day, but my internet was all jacked up, and I tried to play that commercial. The commercial for the leaked Nintendo Switch 2. I don't know if you guys remember that. It was a pretty funny video. But yeah, so I don't know. So we're looking forward to that. I'm gonna try to stream more regularly. But I don't think I'm going to be streaming like the directs or anything like that. Maybe I'll like do like a reaction to it, like this, you know, like the night after, or this whatever stream afterwards. You know, I'll just kind of put my 2 cents in, especially if it's something like I'm personally interested in. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying, man. Poop. But yeah, hopefully we get some information, dude, because like I love the Nintendo Switch. I loved it when it came out. I loved it when they announced it. The idea of like a handheld that you put in a dock and it goes on the TV. You know, and you know, before that it was like you had the console and the handheld. They were two different things. You know, and the fact that like you had to either have both or choose one. Like there was never like this sense of like, you know, like everything is available to me at all times. Like you had to like choose one or buy both. So, you know, when you like what's an example? I'm trying to think of an example. Like, all right, like I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan, right? Like that's like probably one of my favorite franchises. Final Fantasy on, you know, the console is, well, it's a bad example, right? Because that had like kind of a weird relationship with the Switch and stuff. All right, let's go with Mario then. Okay, Mario. So Mario, I loved, you know, I love Super Mario, like the 2D platformers. I love the 3D stuff, like Galaxy and everything. Luigi's Mansion and everything like that. Like, you know, it would come out. Pikmin was another one, right? Pikmin would come out on the console, and then there would be a Pikmin game for the DS, but it wouldn't be the same game. It would be a different game, and it would be kind of watered down, you know, or the Mario game, you know, it would be like a watered down version. And then we reached the point with the 3DS where like it kind of caught up, and they would put like Smash Brothers would come out on the Wii U, but it would also be out on the DS, but you would need to buy both, right? And then, oh shoot, the drowning music. Is it time to leave? Uh-oh. But yeah, they would, you know, so when they announced, you know, the Switch, and so it's like Smash Brothers, right? You'd have one game, same game. So like if you unlocked everything and you play it on your TV, you pop it out and you play handheld, it's still the same game. You know, you have all your unlocked stuff, you know? I don't know. It was just huge. The Switch was huge. But the point I'm making, though, is that, like, it's 8 years old, right? So, like, it's not as fresh anymore. And, like, other companies are starting to do it better. You know, like, Steam has the Steam Deck. Does all the same stuff as the Switch almost. But it's more powerful. So it's like, now when a game like Balatro comes out, I'm not playing it on the Switch because it's going to be all stuttery and you know, the graphics aren't going to be as good. I'm going to get it on Steam and play it there. You know, I want the new Nintendo. I think it's about time for that to come out. So hopefully they announce that, and if and when they do, I am going to just hope and hope and hope and dream that it's not hard to get. Because I don't want to wait like I did with the PS5. Unless it's just an updated version. So like you could still like buy a Switch game, and then when the Switch 2 comes out, it's the same thing. You just pop it in the Switch 2 and it looks better or whatever. Well, anyway, this went on about twice as long as I thought it was going to. It's fun. But I think I've said all that I needed to say. And I'm getting ready to sign off. So, guys, I appreciate you hanging out. I thought I was done with that new Doom episode or whatever. But it looks like there's a whole nother 8 levels that I have to do. So we're gonna call the first half done, and then I'm gonna have to start up the next one, brandy spanking new. And yeah, we'll go through that. I don't know. I might take a break from Doom. I wanted to play Wario. I'm gonna try and get working on that. And then there's a couple of other like retro games I wanted to play through. I've been wanting to do Mega Man and Mega Man X. So I'm gonna try to squeeze that into the playlist here. But yeah, again, thank you all for coming out. It was great, and I will see you next time. So long.